Shalom, I'd like to speak to you about time. Time is the one thing that we have a never-ending abundance of. And it's also true that it's running out very quickly, isn't it? Time is something that we're so conscious of that few of us ever leave our house without consulting our watch or even wearing a watch and looking at our phone to see how much time has passed. Are we on time for this meeting? Are we late for the meeting? Are they late for the meeting? Time is important because as we find ourselves right now, we're almost at the festival of Shavuot, the festival of weeks. It's called Weeks Shavuot because on the second night of Passover, we started counting upward, 49 days, 7 weeks. On that second night of Passover, we said tonight is the first day of the counting of the Omer. And then on the subsequent evening, tonight is the second day of the counting of the Omer, and so forth. And now we find ourselves almost at the anniversary of Matan Torah, of the giving of the Torah. But think back 7 weeks now when we were at Passover. Where were you then? Probably had your fill of chicken soup and grateful that the Seder was finally ending. Boy, it's late. Do they always have Seders this late? Oh, this ended way too early. I wish we sang Chad Gad Yah. I missed that. That was 7 weeks ago. Where are we now? Completely different frame of mind. Where now we find ourselves, after having counted all these days, in a non-imagined place. 7 weeks older, 7 weeks wiser. 7 weeks have passed. Where has this time gone? Time is the most valuable commodity that we have, and as I said earlier, it's running out quickly. I'd like you to think of your life as a bit of an hourglass that we watch as the sand is fully, completely engaged on the top and slowly dripping down one sand bit at a time into the bottom. And we have an abundance of time that will never run out until, of course, we then become hyper-conscious of the fact that there's a lot more sand on the bottom than there's on the top now. Where's time gone? We may or may not remember what we did last week. But our recall for a decade ago seems like it was just last month or 2 decades ago. What has happened with time? Time is key. Each moment, an invaluable resource that, according to our Masorah, according to our tradition, should never be squandered. I want to share with you a man with great vision, an Arab poet, Khalil Gibran, who wrote centuries ago, "When you are joyous, look deep into your heart, and you shall find it is only that which has given you sorrow that is giving you joy." Is this true? Is it true that the challenges that you face throughout your life, when you surmounted them, or when you simply got through them, or you survived them, when those things occurred, weren't they the greatest moments of triumph and joy in your life? I'm on the other side of this, and it could be anything. It could be anything from meeting the right person to surviving an operation. Before the operation, we were full of trepidation, sweating profusely, wondering how it was going to work out. And then once on the other side, this is cause for great rejoicing. Let's go out to eat. Let's celebrate the fact that the doctor did an excellent job. I'm on the other side. I think this is pretty much true for all the challenges of life. The greatest joys that we experience are the ones that gave us the greatest reason to be constricted of throat before they actually started. But listen to how Khalil Gibran continues. He says, "When you're sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight." On Shavuot, we become painfully aware of this because on the last day of Shavuot, we say Yizkor. And Yizkor is mourning the dead. What sadder event is there in everyone's life when we mourn for that which we no longer possess? If you've ever been robbed, we wonder about how different life would be if someone had not invaded our life and taken the things that are most precious to us, or deceived, whatever. The things that we once held on to that gave us the great joy that are no longer present in our life are the things that give us the greatest sorrow. Life is a wheel. It just revolves, it turns round and round. In time, the minutes, the seconds, the moments that tick by are the cogs in this wheel in which we turn that which we call our life. So Shavuot is almost here. Again, 7 weeks have passed. What has changed? Much has changed. You've changed. You're not the same that you were. I'm not just talking about wrinkles or the events that have occurred in your life. You're no longer the same person that you were 7 weeks ago. That the art of reinvention of self continues to happen. And on Shavuot, what we're supposed to do is open our heart to the ineffable, open our heart to Torah, open our heart to an event that occurred about 4,000 years ago when God showed his self to the people Israel. In that moment, like a thread through time, revisits us every year. And we have the opportunity to open our heart in time and absorb that event, which can be life-changing. This moment is now. And this moment of Shavuot will come only once for this time in your life. Open your heart. Allow yourself to feel the power, the joy, the moment, the exhilaration when God enters.